Hello, everybody. So today is Thursday, December 3rd, and we are on lesson 8 in our unit 3 in phonics. And we're going to go ahead and just get started. Hope everybody's had a great day so far. I got to plug in my camera. That's what I forgot to do. I knew I was forgetting something. Okay. Alrighty, here we go. It's moving around. Get hooked up. Okay. All right, so we are on lesson 8 today of unit 3. Okay, so our sound scientists activities for today are we're gonna read some sentences and we're gonna listen carefully to those sentences and the words in those sentences. And we're gonna manipulate some things in that word. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on just 1 second. I'm gonna for just a second. Okay, sorry about that. I had the wrong page pulled up. Okay, so our first sentence today for our sound scientists is, I learned about numbers in my math lesson today. And if you look carefully at that page, at that sentence, which word are we going to talk about first? That's right, we're going to talk about the word lesson. It's bolded. Okay, so the word lesson. How many syllables are in the word lesson? That's right, there are 2 syllables in the word lesson. And what are those 2 syllables? Like, break it apart for me. Good, we have lesson. Those are the 2 syllables. How many sounds are in that first syllable? Yes, we have 3 sounds in the first syllable. And what are those sounds? We have l, s, l, s. Those are the 3 sounds in the first syllable. What's the vowel sound in that first syllable? That's right, it's the eh, okay, not the e. E is the letter. The vowel sound is eh. So if we change the eh to I, what do you think the new word would be for that sentence? So it would say listen. What would the new word be? It would be listen. Well, let's put the word listen in that sentence and see if it makes any sense. I learned about numbers in my math lesson today. Does that make sense? That is silly. That does not make sense. All right, so our second sentence is, my mom says that I'm a really good reader. What word are we going to be talking about from this sentence? That's right, the word reader. So how many syllables are in the word reader? That's right, there are 2 syllables. What are those syllables? Okay, we have read, good. How many sounds make up the first syllable? Read. We have 3 sounds. We have r, e, d. 3 sounds. R, e, d. Very good. All right, so if we change the e to I, what would the new word be? So it would be rider. rider. What would the new word be? It would be rider. Good. Let's see if that makes any sense. My mom says that I'm a really good rider. That could make sense. She could be talking about your bike. You could be a really good bike rider or a board or a scooter. So that could make sense. All right, so let's look at that word rider again. We are going to take the off, okay? So let's say it says ride, all right? We're gonna take off the So what's the new word? It's just ride. Good. But what if we put the p sound in front of it? What would it be? It would be pride. Very good. All right. So our new words that we're going to look at are the watch is cheap. It keeps breathing. Say that word cheap with me, guys. Cheap. Cheap is the word on the curve. We are going to set apart. We have cheap. Cheap. This is the word on the curve. We're going to take this final consonant sound. We're going to change it to k. So we have eek. Eek. What's the new word on the curve? The new word on the curve is cheek. We made the word cheap change to cheek because we changed the end. All right, the next sentence. I make cookies on weekends. Let's say this word together. Make. 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 We're going to take this final consonant and change it to d. Made. Made. What's the new word on the curve? The new word on the curve is made. Good. All right, our next sentence. Diana likes to dive from the side of the pool. Dive is the word on the curve. We have the word broken apart. We have dive. Dive. We're going to change the final consonant to So our new word on the curve is dime. The new word is dime. All right, he has a classroom job to sharpen pencils. Let's listen to that word, job, job. We're going to change the final sound to g, jog. The new word on the curve is jog. Good. And our last sentence, Henry keeps his room neat and tidy. Neat is the word on the curve. Let's all say that word together. Neat. Let's stretch it out. Neat. Eat. Neat. We're going to change that final sound to d. Need. Need. The new word on the curve is need. All right, our spoonerism for today is I rub to lun. And this one's a little harder. You have 4 words this time. I rub to lun. Do you think you need to see the words? I rub to lun. So the new word the spoonerism's real word is I love to run. Very good. All right, our learning targets for today are I can read words with different spellings for the O sound. I can sort words with the O sound by their spellings. And I can ask and answer questions about key details in the story, The Swimming Sisters. All right, so let's practice hearing the difference between the ah and the O sound. Remember, guys, that the focus of Unit 3 is on vowel sounds and their spellings. So we're going to look at the aw. Here's the aw tree and the O tree, okay? And we're gonna read some leaves that we've already have on our trees, okay? And I'm also gonna read you a list of one-syllable words, and you're gonna help me decide which tree that word would go on. Okay, so the first word is hot. Hot. Which tree is that going to go on? The aw tree or the O tree? Hot. It's going to go on the aw tree. The next word is caught. Caught. Where should that one go? On the aw tree. What about the word road? Where should that one go? It should go on the O tree because OA together says O. The next word is clock. Clock. That's right, it goes on the aw tree. Toast. Toast. Which tree does toast go on? It goes on the O tree. Very good. We got the word toast on there twice. Got. Got. Where should got go? That's right, it should go on the aw tree. The word boat. Where should boat go? It should go on the O tree. Foam. Where should foam go? It should go on the O tree. What about the word stop? Stop. Where should stop go? It's going to go on the aw tree. And the last one is grown. Where should the word grown go? That's right, it should go on the O tree. Good job. All right, so let's review some spellings for the O sound by reading words from our branches with O, consonant E, OA, and OE for the O sound. So let's read these words together, okay? We have hot, caught, road, clock, toast, gut, boat, foam, stop, and groan. Very good, guys. Okay, so today we are going to focus on another way to spell the O sound. We've talked about OA and OE and O consonant E, and today we're going to start a new spelling when it's just the letter O that makes the O sound. So let's take a look at the branch for the O tree. For the O spelling on this tree. The letter O can be used to represent the O sound and the aw sound. So the letter O can be a tricky spelling because it can be aw and O as well. So if we look on our vowel chart, like we have the letter O, for the sound O, like in the word open. Guys, look at this power bar. Think about the power bars we saw yesterday and how they were very small. What does this tell us? It tells us that when we are saying the long O sound, that the letter O is used a lot more often than the other ones. So we need to make sure we do our flip chart. So I'm going to open up to our flip book. Just 1 second. Okay, so we're going to open up our flip book so we can circle the letter O for the sound O. And because it's a vowel sound, what color are we going to do it in? We're going to do it in green. That is correct. That's not what I want to do. Thank y'all. All right, so here is the letter O for open. I need to make that bigger, don't I? All right, so what I would like for you guys to do, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. For the sound O, we have learned 4 different ways to spell the sound O. We've learned O consonant E, O, OA, and OE together. Look at the power bars for each of them. Which one of them do we use the most often to spell the sound O? That's right, we use the letter O. It has the biggest power bar. Which one do we use the least? The OE, it has the smallest power bar. Good job, guys. I'm going to zoom back out. Oops, wrong way. Okay, so like I just said, you can see from our code book page that we have learned 4 different ways to spell the sound O. Okay, so we are going to practice reading some words with the different O spellings. Okay, you guys ready? I want you to read the words out loud with me. We have the word hotel, hotel, moment, program, bonus, poster, poet, polo, halo, open, omit, and over. You guys notice that the letters that made the O sound were the parts that were highlighted in yellow. All right, so we are going to look at a spelling tree. We can't do what's on the screen because you guys aren't here with me. So we are going to look at our spelling tree and we're going to decide where they need to go. And I'm going to turn my flashlight on. It worked so well this afternoon when I did it this way. There we go. So here we have our O tree. And you can see on this side, we have O consonant E, OE, another O consonant E, and OA. So our words for this tree are, let's start with, can you see the word? Poet. That is not going to work, is it? Better? There we go. Poet. Where is that word going to go? It's going to go with the OEs. Oh, oops, wrong side. Up here. OE. What about the word polo? Polo. Is that going to go on there at all? That is not going to go on that tree, is it? Because that tree, it does not have OE, it does not have O consonant E, and it does not have OA. Okay, I went back and got a different tree. This is from a previous lesson, but the tree that was for today's lesson is not going to work with our words. So we have the word poet. Our next word is moment. Moment. Where should that go? O consonant E, OE, O, or OA? It's going to go with just the O. What about the word polo? Where should that go? It's going to go with the O's. What about the word over? Over. That's also going to go with just the O's. What about the word omit? That's going to go with just the O's. Open. Open with just the O's. Halo. That also goes with just the O's. You guys seeing a pattern here? Hotel. Hotel is also going to go with just the O's. Bonus. Bonus. That's going to go with just the O's. Poster. Good. That's going to go with just the O's. And our last word is the word program. And that one's going to also go with just the O's. What do you guys notice about our tree? Like all the leaves fell off of it except for on one little branch. And those are the ones that have just O to spell the sound O. Very strange that our tree has done that. Okay. So today you have a couple of activity worksheets to do. I want to show them to you. The first one is worksheet 8.1. All right, so we have been doing several of these lately. You guys are so good at them. You know what you're doing. You have a box with words. You're going to read the words and you're going to identify the letters in the word that make the O sound. Is it O consonant E, O, OA, or OE together? So you're going to decide where should it go. They have the word go. So they have the word go here. Go is just the O. So they put it under the O's. The word bone, there's O consonant E. So it's here under O consonant E. The word full is OA. So they put it under OA. And the last one over here is toe, OE. They put it under the OE. This whole first top row is done. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 4 is 20. So you have 20 words that you are going to sort onto these 4 columns, okay? If it's just the O that makes the O sound, you put it here. If it's OA that makes the O sound, you put it there. If it's OE that makes the O sound, it goes here. And if it's O consonant E, it goes there. Okay, you guys are super good at these. This shouldn't be hard at all. Okay, moving on. We have a new story today. It's called The Swimming Sisters. Okay, so the next series of stories is about 2 sisters, Kim and Val Castro, who swim. And the word series means that there is more than one of something. Okay, so there's more than one story, or there's more than one book, or there's more than one movie of the same characters. So we are going to look at the table of contents to determine how many stories make up the series about swimming. So here we are on our cover page. We're going to go to the table of contents. All right, so here's our first story, The Swimming Sisters. And it's in blue. You guys notice this? The stories about the spelling bee were in yellow. The stories about the swimming sisters are going to be blue. So there's how many stories about swimming? There's 4 stories about swimming. Very good. All right, so there are different types of water sports, guys. Some people practice fancy dives into the water. Some teams dance in the water, and some play games like water polo. So these stories are about sisters who race in the water, trying to swim the fastest. And the races are different lengths. Before we read, let's look over our spelling and our vocabulary. So we are still reviewing the A sound in our stories. So we have the AY spelling that says A in Sunday and say. We have the AI spelling that says A in training and waited. We have O consonant E in the word notes and wrote. And then we have ER that says in the word. Why is who on that list? That word should not be there, should it? So we have R1. I don't think that should be there, guys. I apologize. I didn't make this slide, so I don't know why that's there. But we have the words who, are, one, and we. I don't know what that's supposed to be for. And then we have multi-syllable words like Castro, spreads, speedsters, Sunday, training, weighted, and faster. The only word that's supposed to be here is faster. I don't know what these are for. So the word faster is supposed to be up here. So the vocabulary that we're going to have for the story today. We have a meet is an event where athletes come together to compete. And then we have a sprint, which is a race, a short length race where athletes go to swim or run as fast as possible. We have a 50 free, or any length free, means that the swimmer can swim in any style they want. They can do they can do a backstroke, they can do a breaststroke, they could do a butterfly, they could do a freestyle. Because it says free, they can choose whatever style of swimming they want. And then the last one is swim laps. A lap is the length of the pool, and swimmers swim laps to prepare for races. So we are going to read. We're not going to partner read because, like I said, you guys are not all here with me. But we are going to read the story, Swimming Sisters, together as a class. Okay. The Swimming Sisters. This is Kim Castro and Val Castro. Kim and Val Castro are swimming sisters. Kim is 16. Val is 15. The sisters swim for the Red River Swim Program, RRSP. Both of them are fast. In fact, they are 2 of the fastest swimmers in the state. I went to see the 2 sisters at the pool where they swim. They were training for a big meet. So, I said, do I dare ask which of you is faster? Kim smiled. I am faster in the sprints, she said, but Val is faster in the long races. So what counts as a sprint in swimming? The 50 free is a sprint, said Kim. 50, I said. Is that 50 feet? No, said Kim. It's 50 yards. Gosh, I said. 50 yards? That's a sprint? It sounds long to me. You see, I am not much of a swimmer. The 50 free is an all-out sprint, Kim said. It's like the 100-yard dash in track. It's over in a flash. The 100 free is a sprint too. So what counts as a long race in swimming? The 500 free is a long race, Kim groaned. It's too long for me. I start to get tired after 150 yards or so, but not Val. The longer the race is, the better she is. The 500 is my best race, said Val. 500 yards, I said. What's that, 100 laps? No, Val said. It's in a 25-yard pool. It's up and back 10 times. I jotted notes in my notebook. So let's see, I said. 100 yards counts as a short race. Kim is good at the short races. 500 yards is a long race. Val is good at the long races. Is there a race that is longer than 100 yards and shorter than 200 and shorter than 500? Yes, there is, said Kim. The 200 free. So which of you speedsters wins that race? I asked. Kim looked at Val. She had a smile on her face. It was a sister-to-sister smile, and there was something else in it. There was sort of a challenge in the look. Val smiled back. She had the same look on her face. I waited. It's hard to say who is fast in the 200 free. Sometimes Val wins and sometimes I win. I see, I said. It sounds like the 200 free is the race to see. When will that race take place? It will be on Sunday, said Val, the last day of the state. I got out my pen and wrote, Sunday the 25th, 200 free, Castro versus Castro. So who's better at the sprints? Do you guys remember who is better at the sprints? Kim was better at the sprints. And who is better at the long races? That's right, it was Val. Okay, so you have worksheet 8.1 that I showed you already. You got 2 more to do. You got 8.2. Okay, so this one is pretty simple. This is a Venn diagram. I know you guys have probably done these before. So you're going to need to take this information in the box and make sure you reread the story today before you do this. But what you're going to do is anything that is with Kim, let's just do her in pink, okay? Anything with Kim is going to go on this part of the Venn diagram, okay? Anything about Kim goes here. If you're doing Val, just Val, it's going to go on this part of the Venn diagram. Just this, okay? Now, if it's something that Kim and Val are both good at, It's going to go in the middle here. Okay, so anything that is just Kim goes in the pink side. Anything that is just about Val goes in the purple side. And anything that's about both Kim and Val is going to go here in the yellow part. Okay, what I want you to do is you're going to make a text box and type your answers. Okay, that should be pretty fast. The last thing that I want you to do, worksheet 8.4, it's just questions about the story. So you have 1, 2 multiple choice questions, and then it wants to know how old Kim is and how old Val is. And then on the bottom page, you are going to type or write your answer. Which sister do you think will win the 200 free in the big meet? And tell me why. Please don't ignore that question right there. And then on the bottom, you're going to list 6 nouns. You guys remember what a noun is, right? Does everybody remember what a noun is? Wrong thing. Everybody remember what a noun is? A noun is a person, a place, or a thing. Okay? Person, place, or thing. You're going to name 6 of them on these lines. All right, so I know those 3 sheets, it seems like a lot, but they'll go by really fast because they're pretty simple, okay? All right, our learning targets for today were, I can read words with different spellings for the O sound. I can sort words with the O sound by their spellings. And I can ask and answer questions about key details in the story, The Swimming Sisters. And we did all of those in our lesson. You guys did a great job. I hope that everyone tried their best today on their math test. And remember that tomorrow you will log in at either 8:30 or 12:30 to do your reading assessment, okay? All right, so I will see you guys later. Have a great afternoon.